going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're gonna be doing something that has absolutely nothing to do with the Mustang, but absolutely everything to do with my buddy's 1992 Acura Integra. And what we're gonna be doing to the car in particular is we're gonna be throwing on some clear style taillights on the rear end of the car. I am so excited to see how these things turn out. They're gonna look amazing, and I think he's just as excited as I am too. One of my best friends, Jacob, which I consider my brother, ended up getting his very first car, and it was a 1999 Acura Integra, and on the way there we ended up taking a 1992 Acura Integra, so we got a handful of Integras inside the family a little bit. If you guys want to see more on that video and see the whole process and all the just emotional reactions that went into that, I'll be posting the video up in the link above. What we got going on? What do we got going on in this little mystery box over here? I'm excited to see this because personally, I didn't want to look at this inside because Nate was like, bro, do you want to go open it and go look at it? I'm like, hell no. I want to see this and get like a full raw reaction on how this thing looks. And I'm just as excited as he is. Wow. Oh, dude, those look baller. Dude, yes, absolutely yes. Yeah! Like, don't get me wrong, I like the red, but the clear, that just gives you a whole style of just hot boy points. Yeah. And I also saw too, you got a little bit of LEDs in here to top them off as well. I never even liked these type of cars until you got one. This is the best one out of all of them.
I never even knew about these until I got one.
Neither did I. Those little bug eye style headlights, they just look like Lilo and Stitch to me. I can't embarrass myself right now. Have you always had that scratch there?
Yeah, I hit the house.
At least you're honest. Is there already condensation inside here?
No, there's just bubbles in the acrylic.
Maybe we can get some heat on that.
I don't know if heat will take them out because the bubbles do look pretty big. And I think the trunk will cover it because it's like right here.
I was just about to say that too. Maybe it'll cover up a lot of it. You ain't even really notice it. And to be honest with you, it ain't really that bad. In person, if you're like a little skeptical about buying these, what do you think? 'Cause I think these look amazing.
Yeah, they look great. So they just started remanufacturing these ones, but before these ones, they had the OEM Stanleys. So they had the clear one-piece Stanley taillights, and then they had the clear one-piece Stanley headlights.
So wait, are they like exactly like this?
It's not as a vibrant chrome. It's more like a dull yellow, like OEM look.
I fucked with this a lot
more.
But
the OEM ones are impossible to find.
These are two-piece headlights, so you can see there's like a little section right here that kind of cuts off from the actual main headlight. Actually, three, I'm sorry. And the ones that, obviously what it sounds like is a one-piece, so this entire piece is just one whole set. Yeah. And I think it would look a lot better if they all just came like that. I don't know why they made it difficult and added three different sections of lights on here.
They definitely look way better and they fit way better. They're getting a lot more expensive and harder to find.
I also like the little, spider crack mods you've done to the bumper as well.
Yeah, I hit the house on that side.
I hit the house on that one too. What do we do first to get these off?
There's just two little covers. You just pop them out. And then all the lights down here, you just twist and pop those out.
I think you even you have them off right here too. So it's pretty much plug and play. You're just taking shit off and just plugging it back in.
And then there's gonna be those two little rods down here on this side. Those are the bolts that are actually
all these little gold things?
Yeah, those are the ones that are actually holding the light in.
Those tiny things?
20 minutes later.
You think you're gonna record me break this clip?
Honestly, yeah, so I'm not the one breaking it. So what Nate and I ended up realizing to get these taillights out is you gotta remove this cover right here. And when we were looking at this, we ended up removing some of this like weather stripping because we realized that this is really hard to take out. And for this being like 30-year-old plastic, the last thing we want to do is snap it. So I'm allowing Nate to snap it himself instead of me. And what we found is there's like a little tab right here that's like really stiff. And so when he breaks it, I want to get this on video. When we remove this screw up here and also that screw over here, we expect for it to give a little bit more of like slack. It seemed like such a simple job. Like we were just talking about a second ago. Aren't Hondas supposed to be easy to work on?
I'm only 30 years old.
can already see that we got one section of this off.
Okay, this is out.
Now to get the rest of it out, we got to remove the transmission. I see why the Honda guys just keep these things out. Honestly, this is a pain in the ass.
Jeez, a tight fit.
I've heard that a couple times.
No, you haven't.
I know. We ended up realizing that right in between there was like 2 nuts. I wish I could show you guys, which I don't want to show you guys 2 nuts actually. Well, you guys get the point. There's 2 of them in there. Okay, I gotta stop. Get the point. There's 2 of them over there. There's another 2 right here, and I think there was 1 in the middle or something like that. Once we take all that off, you'll see the taillight comes out, and I'll show you guys more later. You guys can kind of get the glimpse here. There's actually 2, 4. Where'd the other 2 come from then?
Cold hands and fucking plastic, man.
Jacob's always told us, bro, it's gonna be so great to work in the cold. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. Anybody in the comment section down below that has ever worked in the cold, please let us know if you really like working in the cold, because to me and Nate, it's terrible. I'd rather sweat my ass off than work in the cold, because you get cracked hands, you start bleeding, you get cut super easy, plastic wants to break easy. Just, the cold sucks. And this is probably the warmest section of the United States too, and we're bitching about how it's cold outside. So I think it's time for you to do the honors, my boy. We got all the screws out. We got off 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And then also on the other side, this plastic you're also gonna see as well before I break this thing. There's also 2 other screws. Nate, can you point at them real quick?
Right here, and then right there.
Yep, so those are, I think it's 2, 4, 6, 6 on each side. And once that happens, you can just pop them right out. They look good on the backside though, compared to the other ones. Where's the other taillights at? So this is the new one, obviously, and here's the old one, which they both really look good in my opinion. I do like the red, and I also like the clear a lot more. But can you flip to the other side? Obviously, one's gonna look better than the other. This one's a lot more gloss. This one's a little bit more of like a flat black. This one's a little bit dirty because this is an older taillight. Was it's like 30 years old? Yeah. For it being 30 years old, it's actually still in pretty good shape. Yeah. And then it also has the vents on here as well, which I'm happy to see. It still retained the same vents. So pretty much the same exact taillight, but just a newer version of it. If you guys want those, if Nate's willing to sell them, let him know. Let him in the comment section. Car parts. Car parts. Are you gonna push on your brake? Yep, they're red. Dude, let's go. Dude, these look good. Once you go LEDs, you never go back. Turn signals. Yep, I see it right here. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want to make sure that we put the bulbs in the right spot, because we don't want to have a yellow bulb going with the brake light and then we have like a red light going with the turn signal. So we're trying to go and do each and every single one individually so we know exactly where to put the right LEDs. For those of you guys that want to do this similar setup to your car, one issue that Nate and I ran into is we realized that the bulbs, they're on the new ones, the new LEDs we got, these ones have a double prong to it, and those are the ones that we actually do want. The other ones, which are the reverse lights and also the turn signal lights, have like a single prong to it. The single prongs will just have one straight up in the middle. And that was the issue we're running into, so we're unfortunately not going to be able to throw the new LEDs in. We're going to have to go buy some, or at least Nate's going to buy some. I'm not buying them. Overall, it looks good. Like, if you look at it from a distance, this looks badass.
Brake?
You're scared? Is it not working?
Press the brake?
Oh, I'm pushing the clutch.
Fucking retard, man. Oh my god, yeah, they look fucking baller. Other side? Oh yeah, that looks fucking gangster, dude.
I love it. I love it. Those look good. Dude, oh, yeah. Those look great. You tell Jacob. Thanks, Jacob. Again, these are eBay style taillights, so they're not going to be the best fitment. The construction of them, they're, I would say, what do you think they are? Like a 5, 6, 7 out of 10? I wouldn't say they are the best.
Construction wise, like a 5.
The look of them, 10. I think they look great.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a 10,
But when you start really looking at the finer details and everything, like for example, right here, as we already talked about previously, or even up top with the bubbling.
definitely expect human issues. Read the reviews. The reviews are obviously the same, so just know what you're actually getting into. If you want to deal with that, then go for it. They look hard.
Really quick, one important note we do want to bring up that happened after this video was recorded and after the taillights were installed is the fact that we ran into some major issues with these taillights. Now we ended up bringing up some of the minor issues earlier, as in the bubbling in the top of the taillights, as well as the gapping over on the sides of the rear quarter panels, which wasn't really too big of a deal, and we'll figure that out later. Now the major issue, as you guys are going to see in some of these photos, is we end up having a shit ton of water get on the inside of these taillights. And it was unfortunate because, don't get me wrong, these taillights look like they were assembled great, the taillights look phenomenal, it just ran into some issues and sometimes the risk that you take when you buy things off eBay. Now I do want to point out real quick that the seller is very helpful overall. He was not negative about anything whatsoever. He was very easy and understanding, and he was able to give us a partial refund overall. Let you guys know that if you guys do end up buying these clear style taillights, that you might run into some of these issues and possibly getting water inside the taillights, and hopefully that never even happens to you. But one thing we do want to bring up is just double check the taillights, look over everything before you install these, because again, these things kind of took a while to put in and they were a little bit of a pain in the ass. But overall, it was somewhat of an easy install, but the last thing you want to do is just take everything apart that you just spent over $200 on.
That's not good.
Alright guys, it's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I absolutely love these taillights, and this boy just finally got off work. And talk about your car a little bit.
It needs to be lower. It needs clear taillights. It needs a spoiler. It needs an exhaust.
Leaves no mystery. He just tells everyone what exactly he's gonna do.
We're doing a lot of shit to this car, I'm telling you right now. Probably next week, probably gonna get some coilover. Skunk too.
He's lying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I absolutely enjoyed doing this. Thank you guys all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.